is the fourth playtest of RealFit. For those that haven't watched before, I'm building this project RealFit, which is a virtual reality home exercise application which is able to guide you through full body workouts. Currently there's only one 15-minute workout which I've been making these videos to sort of test out the experience of going through that workout and different parts of the user interface. I didn't do a test run last week because I've been a bit ill for the last couple of weeks and still feeling it a little bit this week as well. So actually I'm going to test out some of the user profile creation process this week, and I'm going to skip doing the workout, I think. I'm dressed for the workout, but it's not happening.
Well, if you suddenly feel like it, you know,
yeah.
you just go straight into a few press-ups.
Yeah. Yeah, so I guess I'll go in and so walk through how the experience is, because I think there's probably quite a few rough edges to this process at the moment. Again, even though I'm not going to do the workout, I'm still going to line up the map that I've got with the VR one, just so I feel like it matches up with the real world. Yeah, that'll do. Yeah, so I've got a few user profiles that are already signed up here. One of them is actually in a wedged kind of state, which I realised when I was roughly testing this the other day, because I tried to sign up and because it used the same email address as another account I have, it's stuck in a state where it's not possible to confirm the account. And I can't delete it either from within the VR application, so I know that I've got a bug there that I need to fix. It should never create this icon for a new account until you successfully actually log in. So yeah, this is my usual account, and I've got this test one I made the other day. You can't see the panel on the left here yet, but if I just select my workouts quickly, we can see that I've got one test workout that I did. I'm going to delete this account and then basically recreate it. So from here in my profile view, then you can either forget the account for this device. So it'll delete any cache data for this particular VR headset, or you can completely delete the account with this dangerous button that doesn't give you any confirmation, just bang, there's your account deleted. So let's do that, that's that gone. And then back at this page, we can add an account, we can add a profile, and then either you can log in for an existing profile. I can maybe test that. Should I test that as well? Because I can log out of, if I log out of this one and I do forget on this device, then if I go to add profile, I guess first of all I'll do the login. So that was my RIB username. The keyboard is sometimes okay. I've seen it sometimes pop up in weird locations. The colouring is, the contrast sometimes isn't entirely great. Yeah, that's my RIB username, login. And then the login is all passwordless, and the user profiles are passwordless because I didn't really want to have the faff of typing in complicated passwords in VR, so it will email you a code. So it's a little bit of a context switch to just check for a code that gets emailed to you. My mysterious off-screen assistant though can hopefully.
Sorry.
You're slapping on the job.
Chris has just sent us a little bit of delay on the audio, which we suspected.
Yeah, we tried to test the audio just before I streamed, and it was seeming suspicious.
Sorry, let me find your code.
Email. Well, that's a shame. Yeah, I'm not sure there's anything I can do about that right now. Yeah, I'm not sure there's anything we can do about that right now. Good. Is it? You're not in my personal.
I think it's probably a good sign that I don't automatically know how to use your phone.
Maybe you're not in the right. I didn't think about this.
That's okay.
It's in my Gmail.
Right, so your magic code is 1
1
6.
6
Magic code is 1
1.
I was just delaying because I could see you haven't put them in yet. 5 3. I was just delaying because I could see you haven't put them in yet.
You're watching the screen to see what. Oh yeah, right, I see. You're watching the screen. 1653. I don't know if I listened to you properly there. Let's see what happens.
165.
Yeah.
366.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Well done.
Okay. So yeah, after that, then I go to my workouts, and I can still see that it does have. I'll just turn off the mixed reality briefly, and yeah, you can see that I do have my account logged in, so it's not a blank account. But yeah, and let's log out again. Okay, I'll add another account, and I'll this time create a new profile. So choose a unique username, no spaces, upper and lowercase letters and numbers only. The contrast here for this on-screen keyboard is not great right now, actually. I should maybe reduce the transparency because I can see a lot of the letters right behind the keyboard, which is a bit confusing. So just test. Email address. Oh, I don't see like a carrot blinking for that, but I think it's selected.
I think the stream's buffering at the moment.
Is it not working?
I'm not entirely sure. It's just kind of buffering on the. I don't know if it's the upload or the download.
Oh, maybe try refresh. Whoa, what's going on there?
I don't know. Something exciting.
So I have no idea if the stream is actually working right now.
I guess just assume that it's still streaming.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, I guess.
It seems to be fine. Carry on. Sorry.
We should expect to have some technical issues one week or another. I guess
this is it's back his end, so.
Okay.
I see you're having another person.
Oh, I guess so. The blinking carrot is hardly visible. I think I just called it a carrot, like as an edible carrot. That's what my head heard. But I think I need to pad the text entries. This is like this is the detail that is the least important in the entirety of this. But the text is right butted against the edge of these text boxes, and you can't see the blinking carrot. But anyway, Robert at RealFit.co, which incidentally, if anyone wants to get in touch with me at any point to ask questions about RealFit, that's the email address to contact me at. So here, I have read and understood the RealFit privacy policy and terms of service, and then I've just literally written out URLs which I can't click. On the Oculus Quest, at least, it's really difficult to be able to support opening up a browser for you to be able to read these documents. I'm going to add just a way to be able to scroll through the document to scroll through these within VR. So right now that's not really good enough to just type out those URLs there and expect you to do something with those. At least for the PC VR headsets, it should be possible. I think that for a bit less, it would be a bit less effort to be able to support you switching to a browser. But yeah, okay. So yes,
so that's to do on your list.
Yeah, that's on my list to do for sure. So sign up. So please check your email to confirm your new RealFit user profile. It just sends you a link that you have to click to confirm that you put in a valid email address. So this is my RealFit account.
So I need to.
You need to switch. Yeah.
So many identities.
Yeah.
Okay. You don't have a way to show this, I suppose.
No, I don't. I mean, I suppose I could put the phone right up to the. But I mean, it basically just emails you a thing that says click this link to confirm your profile. Oh, I should. Have I left the mixed reality off for ages? No. What's
the fixed view? Yeah. We've been on a bit of a.
A bit on
a C-based journey with your head.
Sorry.
It's okay.
So did you click the link?
I have indeed clicked the link. Your registration has been confirmed.
I guess it would be cool if this just polls and then just progressed instead of you having to click. I don't know why this button is also really massive. It's really
does seem
deep.
A bit excessive, doesn't it?
I mean, yeah, the layer. A lot of the UI is pretty much just blocking out the UI. I suppose I haven't really put much effort into the actual design. But anyway, so click to log in. Again, I think I had this at one point, but it should obviously know that you're gonna now log in as the account you just created. So it shouldn't be leaving you with a blank username box on the next page to log in. So I need to sort that out. And now it's gonna send me a code for this account.
The way you say that in my direction. I'm ready now. That's really.
I was half expecting the keyboard to pop up in the wrong location at some point because I saw that the other day when I was testing. Yeah, it would like sometimes pop up like right over the top of what you're trying to type into. So luckily that hasn't happened, but
that's time.
Yeah.
Okay, are you ready for your?
Yes.
Magic code is 456.
Yeah.
544. Sorry.
Nearly sounded like it was just.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. Most secure numbers possible.
Submit. Okay, cool. So now we should see that on my workouts. I guess I'll switch away from the mixed reality.
You can't actually see.
I'll try to not move my head too quickly, because otherwise you can't see this panel. So on my workouts, that's blank now. I was worried that there was going to be, for some reason, some silly caching thing where it was going to have the old account thing with the when I logged in with this new one. But yeah, that's fine. But yeah, I suppose there's nothing more to show in this account because there's no there's no statistics, and that would be the other thing to maybe just look at.
You could just do a really quick.
Yeah, I
guess. No.
Well, I don't have to do a whole workout, but then it's got the 40 seconds wait at the beginning, so I'll skip that. Okay, so let's log out. Go into this account. So in the last 2 weeks, because I was a bit ill, but I was also travelling. That's kind of the reason why me and Esther have ended up with a cold for the last 2 weeks. Is I travelled to a conference with people from all around, and everyone's giving everyone a cold. But I was not able to test with a VR headset while I was away, so I was actually working on. There's a mobile app that I'm trying to develop that would be a companion application. So I'm not really ready to show anything for that, but I was using that as a place to sort of implement the statistics view that is now integrated into the VR application. There's lots more to do here, but at least now. You get a month's view over the workouts that you've done. Some of these days can be because of multiple workouts, and it just sort of aggregates the score for that day. There needs to be just lots more information going on here, but you can select a particular day. And right now, if you saw the old history view, this is pretty much just the same data, so there's no good improvement to how the details of the workouts are presented. But for that particular Wednesday, I mean, there's loads of test runs that I've done, so most of these are just like probably 1 minute test runs, except for the one for the live stream. I guess that was the last live stream where I got 120 for the score. But yeah, the plan around here roughly is to sort of introduce things like badges, trophies, that kind of thing. So you should be able to see awards for how many push-ups you've managed to achieve if you beat your personal best for the number of squats in a session or lunges, that kind of thing. I think under your profile view there will also be kind of achievements like if you've done over 100 push-ups in total across all of your workouts. For anyone that's played stuff like Pokemon Go, or I'm sure lots of games do this kind of thing, you've got these kinds of awards that you get if you've crossed that threshold of 1,000 steps or 10,000 steps. So we can do the same kind of thing for the different metrics within the
sorry
workouts.
to interrupt. Could you just kind of look at the statistics? It's a bit hard to kind of see it. You're moving your head. I'm just curious to see it like in its full.
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah. So this is the score. One thing with the scoring scale is that it should take into account what the maximum you've got for this time frame, which is a month at the moment, and it should just scale the y-axis so that it fits in a bit better instead of just to have it sort of use the space a bit better. I think if you select different ones, then I think maybe more contextual information about that workout could show up over the top of this graph perhaps. And maybe you could even add annotations. Maybe when you've just done a workout and you want to be able to add an annotation like how did you feel after that workout, like an emotional kind of response for like I feel totally wrecked from that, or if you say you're feeling really energized and happy, then maybe it's actually going to make it in the future, make it so that your next workout's a little bit harder or something. I don't know. I guess the target is that you should be happy, but maybe.
Well, I guess it's whether you're using it as a record or as a motivator or a demotivator.
I don't know.
You could have a dual scale though.
Yeah.
So there's an app called Pixels which allows you to log your sort of mood day by day.
Yeah.
And you can kind of add like it's got a basic set of emotions, and then you can add custom emotions that you want to record. And then it also has the facility to like add notes about what happened that day, kind of thing. So you could have some dual thing of like how are you feeling physically and how are you feeling mentally, because you could be physically absolutely knackered from the workout, but you would actually feel really good about it. That would be quite, I think this would be a good place to do that, because I think at the end of a workout it should basically jump you back to this view with the latest workouts selected, and then you're right after you've done your workout, you're kind of maybe prompted or encouraged to add those extra annotations about what your mood is or how you felt that workout went. Could you even, sorry to interrupt, could you even think about maybe somehow visually representing that in the colour scheme, or something
there should be then. Well, maybe there could even be just loads of smileys and along the top of the graph, if that was the icon that got used, like different types of smiley, frowny, green, amber, red faces. Then
just thinking so you can kind of see it over the week or over the month, kind of how it's gone.
Yeah, I mean there needs to be more controls to switch between what statistics are being viewed here. Right now you're seeing an aggregate of the score of all workouts for each day, but you should be able to say I want to see how am I progressing with push-ups, say, per workout, and then maybe it wouldn't even be per day, it would be broken down. Well, I don't know, maybe per day still, I'm not totally sure about that, but you'd be able to see a plot of the actual total count of.
Maybe you could scale it, maybe the user could scale it, because I mean probably not everybody's going to do a workout every day. Like for people that do them, like maybe having a daily scale would be useful, but maybe that's something that if it's possible, it could be customized by the user.
Actually, I suppose in the same way that the y-axis should automatically scale based on the maximum score for the range of time that you're looking at, actually this x-axis could probably be dynamic to try to make the most of the data that it's got, because if you're initially trying it out, you might use it a little bit more regularly, or there might be times where you basically don't use it for a while, and so it might be really sparse horizontally for a while. So I guess somehow it would be good if it could kind of collapse blank periods of time somehow, or squash the scale to fit more in.
That's good progress though. So it's nice to see something visual, like to see those workout records visually.
Yeah, I think it's already like it. I mean, I think this is already going to help sort of for me to kind of encourage me to do more regular workouts as well, because I guess I don't, even if it's just for the I'm going to live stream and I can't just have this completely blank graph. Damn it. Yeah, I think this kind of stuff is pretty important. You want to be able to see the results of the workouts that you do. So yeah, and it's kind of good that with VR, a lot of this data can be just collected automatically based on the tracking of the the headset and the hands. So that's kind of nice in comparison to a lot of other workout applications where you'd have to add this data manually. Okay, so I guess, considering I wasn't going to do a workout this week, that's pretty much everything I was planning to cover. I was going to say, actually, just one other thing. I guess I can come out of here now.
We're still seeing your
oh, well, I can put it in mixed reality and then come out of VR.
Okay, now we've gone blank. Okay, now we're back.
Oh, I have to probably keep looking at
Okay, you're good.
What was I going to say? Yeah, I'm making regular builds of RealFit for Windows and for the Oculus Quest now, doing them kind of weekly, I suppose, at the moment. And if anyone wants to get a hold of the latest builds of RealFit, and obviously there's lots of work to be done with RealFit before it's going to be really before it's going to really make sense for a large number of people to be trying it out. But if anyone wants to just be an early tester of RealFit, then by all means get in contact with me, and I'd be really happy to send you the link to the latest builds that I've got. Okay, so cool. If you want to get in contact, use my Twitter at RealFitVR. You can direct message me there, or email me robert@realfit.co. Okay, thank you. Thanks for joining.